welcome back to Legal Junction. My name is Ifoma. Today I want to talk to us about the difference between a limited liability company and a business name. A lot of business owners don't know the difference between a limited liability company and a business name. All they want to do is to register their business and get it running, not minding whether it is a business name or a limited liability company. Others go ahead to register as business name because they think that it is cheaper, and because it is cheaper and easier to register, they go ahead and register it and continue their business, while others register as limited because they feel that it is superior, knowing fully well that it is more expensive and takes more time to register. Now I'm going to talk to us about the difference. A business name is simply a name under which you choose to do your business, and you get that name registered so that other people will not come and start using that same name to do business, thereby confusing your customers. Then a limited liability company is a legal entity that is registered by a minimum of two directors who come together to form a business. A limited liability is recognized in law as a separate legal entity or legal personality. It can sue and be sued in its own name. It can own property and it can sell property in its own name. It can lend and it can borrow in its own name. It is recognized as a separate legal person from the people who registered the company, while a business name is recognized by the law as just a business name. It is the name by which the owner of a business chooses to do his or her business. Therefore, the business name and the owner of the business is recognized in law as one and the same person. A limited liability company can only be registered with a minimum of 2 directors and above, and it usually has a share capital, while a business name can be registered by just 1 proprietor and it does not have a share capital. A limited liability company finds it more difficult to take business decisions because it has to call a meeting of all the directors and even the shareholders for it to take decision with regards to that business, while a business name is a one-man, usually can be registered by 1 person, and that 1 person will find it very easy to take decision and move on with his business. Since a limited liability company is regarded as a separate legal entity in law, if such company or business incurs debts or liabilities, it is only the assets of that company that can be used to settle those debts or those liabilities, but nobody can touch the assets of the directors or shareholders in settling those debts. But when you talk about business name, if it incurs debts, the assets of the owners of the business can be taken or used to settle those debts. A limited liability company can access loan in banks in its own name and also pay the debts in its own name, but a business name can not access the loan in its own name. It can only access those loans with the name of the owner of the business. A limited liability company has this advantage of continuity over a business name. If a business name owner dies or decide not to do his business again for one reason or the other, or travels out of the country, his business dies alongside. But in the case of a limited liability company, even if the directors die or decide not to do the business or falls below the legal minimum, all they need to do is to bring in new people to become the directors of the company, and the company continues running its business without dying together with the owners or directors of the company. Thank you very much. I hope you liked this video and you learned 1 or 2 things from it. Please, if you do, don't hesitate to give me a big thumbs up by clicking on the like button. You can also share, comment, ask your questions, and subscribe. See you next week. Stay safe and stay out of trouble. Bye.